Just by luck, if nothing else, we had the poet group, the Guerrilla Poets, come all the way from Boston, you know, put us in their tour that year and made a point to stop by and come to NoOne's, this tiny little place, and pack it out and get the energy level so high. You know, it was such a memorable experience, and they enjoyed it just as much as we did.
The sky is green. Celebration because the sky is suddenly green. Celebration! Walking home at 4 a.m. through Huntsville, Alabama, somebody has thrown a can of paint into the sky, and the sky is suddenly green. Celebration! Celebration! I now have the green sky that I've always wanted. Celebration! Celebration! Celebration!
The sky is green! Somebody's throwing a green can of paint at the sky! The sky is green!
Celebration because the sky is suddenly green!
One day, at 4 a.m., walking home through Huntsville, Alabama, I looked up to a green sky.
I now have my green sky, the sky I've always dreamed of.
The sky I've always dreamed of!
Always dreamed of.
Celebration! Someone has thrown a green can of paint into the sky!
The sky is green! Celebration!
Celebration because the sky is green!
Celebration! I now have my green sky! The sky I've always dreamed of having. Celebration!
Tonight, they will resurrect Walt Disney from his cryogenic tomb. Upon being brought back, he will rise, stand up from the condensing vapors that pour over the rim of his temporary grave, icicles gripping the lapels of his three-piece suit, and pointing his index finger imperiously from the end of extended arm, with stiffness from half a century of death evident in every inch of his movements, with space-age miasma, mid-century protoplasm, rank embalming fluids, and a thin layer of skin frostbitten beyond resurrection. He will ask to see his mouse. Asked to bounce Mickey on his knee once more for old time's sake made new. But the perplexed scientists will have to refuse Uncle Walt's request, not out of obstinance, but genuine incomprehension. In a brief and terrible moment of clarity, they will ask themselves, where did the preserved genius go bad? And, like an angry gorilla, like an incensed abominable snowman, like a thawed and confused driving caveman might be expected to do, this frost giant of entertainment will attack those well-intentioned scientists with rancor, with puerile hostility, with base panic. Violence and terror exploding from the reptilian stem of his brain, Walt Disney leaves the smoldering lab, sparks and spirals of smoke. And he roams the countryside, the foothills of L.A., rescuing children from the clutches of backyard pools and carrying off silicone beauties over his shoulder like they were peasant girls, and he was some cast-down monster of Frankenstein. And this goes on for weeks, until the Beverly bourgeois hunt him down with their fluorescent torches and BMWs, and having surrounded him, enact an awesome showdown full of appalling violence and misdirected ill will. Walt Disney finally bursting into flames and rushing headlong into the center of town, only to be consumed on knees in the middle of the streets.
Boys gonna hate me because I heard this so many times on this tour. Every 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53. She called my house at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd forgotten to give her car keys back. She was stuck in a friend's house. I was stuck in the middle of an intense conversation. I told her I would drop them by in 30 minutes and then bring her to her car. 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. She met me at the top of the stairs, trembling, leaning against the railing. She stumbled her way down, not letting me near her. Once she was seated in my car, tears burst from her squeeze-shut eyes. She apologized and apologized and apologized. My mouth morphed into a cave, echoing, "What happened? Happened? 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37. While she was waiting for me to bring her car keys by, her friend pushed her head against the wall and forced himself into her mouth. She thinks this is her fault. No, no, no! She knows this is her fault. And nothing will make her believe differently. Over 70% of sexual offenders are friends or acquaintances of their victims. 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. I can't help but watch the clock tick by the minutes now. I can't help but count down from 60 over and over in my mind. When I called her the next morning, she said she was fine, just fine. She had overreacted. It had been her fault. She had somehow worked out in her head that by kissing him, she automatically had to suck his dick. It was only fair, and I am wondering what is considered fair nowadays. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. She wants me to act normal around him now. Be all buddy-buddy, chum-chum, pretending that nothing happened. Pretending that nothing happened helped get 1999 a 20% increase in rapes and a 33.3% increase in sexual assaults, and she is carrying all the guilt on her back, slouched but smiling, pretending. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, I can't, 12, 11, pretend, 10, 9, that nothing, 8, 7, happened, 6, 5, I can't pretend that nothing happened, 4, 3, because something did, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And every 60 seconds, something does to someone, somewhere. Maybe I've never really had a reason to speak out about this, or maybe I always have. Pretending confuses the mind, confusing reality with fantasy, and I am counting down from 60 again, but this time, I am becoming 1.
One time. Two time it now.
Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his words. Killing me softly.
Someone told me that there was a poetry slam in town, and I'd never really gone to poetry slams before. And I didn't know how to find the place. I didn't really know my way around 5 Points that well. So I went to one with the person I was living with at the time, and they proceeded to do poetry. I was kind of shy about it. I didn't want to do it. I had mounds of poetry. But, yeah.